What's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for coming to the stream today. It is Wednesday, July 17th. And let me give a shout out to all the people in the Houston area that dealt with Hurricane Beryl and the failure of Centerpoint Energy. You still have people that still don't have their power. They're saying that they may not get their power till Friday. And that is utterly ridiculous. Of course, some investigation is going on with the state. What's going on with that? Governor Abbott wants a report on his desk by the 31st. He said, and if they don't give him that report and what they're going to do to fix this issue so it won't happen again, they won't be able to do business in Texas anymore. Me personally, I wouldn't want a report from him. I would just want to kick him out. I mean, if I had to be the governor, because when you had 3 million people without power, that's a lot of people. How can one company cover 3 million people? I think that if you're going to allow them to stay, I think they shouldn't have no more than 1 million customers. Just like I think Entergy, had almost that or close to that, and they got their people up pretty quick. So shout out to all the people. You know, some people died in this heat, because it's been very hot. After that, this is not an area where you cannot have your power, because in other states, you know, let's say like states like California, it can get hot in California, but California doesn't have humidity like that. So they still have breeze as well in California, versus here it's no breeze. It's just humid, it's hot. So you can't open up a window. Even if you step outside in the humidity, I mean, you feel like you're in a freaking oven. So you gotta have, you know, air conditioning here. It's not an option. There was one woman that just got her power that she was sleeping in her car literally almost 2 weeks before she got her power back. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So yeah, man, it's crazy. And the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, this Hurricane Beryl was not a major storm. It's not that it tore up the place. It's not that we had flooding all over the place. You understand what I'm saying? It was not like that. We had worse storms than that and got the power back, you know, a lot quicker, right? So yeah, heads got to roll. Lawsuits, I think some criminal charges need to happen to with some of these people. But aside from that, you know, before we get started, let me give my little personal spiel before we get started with the devotion and things like that. First of all, we have 11 spots left. 11 spots left for the Ethiopia trip coming up in March 31 through April 9. Y'all always sending me messages on the site. When's the next trip? When's the next trip? Every trip we always get that email or that message. When's the next trip? And this is the next trip in March. It's 11 spots left. Jump on it now. Do not wait till later, because you're not getting on. It's just that simple. It was 25 spots. We're down to 11. So jump on it ASAP. If you get paid this week and you would like to go ahead and put your deposit down. That will be the time to do it. That way you can secure your spot. Somebody asked me, can I bring my whole family? Bring them all. But just make sure you secure your spot. I got a comment. I think the other day I read this comment. And let me address that comment. So I think a person was asking or paying attention and saying that I have a lot of, sisters here doing a lot of content on the channel, and why I don't have men. Well, first of all, we are not against the sisters here. We're not misogynist or nothing like that. We're not. But if you want to know, all the brothers that do things for the platform are brothers that work behind the scenes. They're not on camera. Like, our business manager, Kellen, brother, as most of you would know, CPA, a brother, all my editors are brothers, minus one, but all of them are brothers for the most part, just minus one. Shoot, man, I got so many people that's doing things for us, I can't even remember them all. I got to name them. But whether they behind the scenes or on camera, it doesn't matter. Now, when we was looking for somebody in South Africa, I was trying to interview some brothers over there, and they just didn't show up. Let me tell you something, when I have things going on or putting things out there, a lot of times the women jump on it quick. We've had a few guys come through here, but they wasn't as consistent as some of the sisters have been. And the sisters get in and do what they're supposed to do. Now, if we see some brothers later that will fit that position, great, we'll bring them on in. But until then, we rocking with the crew we got. And I am glad for them. I'm glad for them. You should have some sisters on your team, just as much as you should have some brothers on your team. It's just that simple. So I'm a guy. That's enough for me, right? I mean, shoot. You here to watch news, not worry about somebody's gender. But anyway, with that being said, oh, you say you complain about the heat in California, man? California heat is nothing compared to this place. Trust me, that's why I went to, not this year, but last year, the reason why I went to Disney in California with my kids is because of the heat situation. It was like, 80 some odd degrees during the day, no humidity. I can be at Disney all day. If Disney was in Houston, I wouldn't dare do it. That's why I didn't go to Florida with it either. Too much heat, all that, nope, wasn't doing it. All right. So, no, Sadoc, no, that's fine. Because some people may have a question and say, man, it's a lot of women. Like, no, I'm just answering it, that's all. That way people won't be asking them questions. I like to answer for, then explain some things. And like I said, we don't hate women over here, obviously. So let's go ahead on and get to our devotion for this evening. And then we get into the meat of what we have to say here. So let me go. I know y'all missed our brother here. So let me go ahead and cue him up and everything. So here we go.
I'm just telling you. I'm going to let you talk.
Who you talking to you gonna let? The voters let me. I got voted in. Who you talking to? You gonna let me? I got seconds left.
I want you to know.
Ain't she crazy? How many seconds? I'm counting your time. Miss Galloway, I'm gonna rule you out order. You keep talking so much.
Do I have the floor? Do I?
Yes, you do.
You have the floor. Thank you very much.
What a fool.
We have got to help the city of Flint. We have got to move the city forward. We have got to vote yes on this. Thank you.
Ms. Herkenroder, you the reason that I'm going to vote the way I'm going to vote, because you tried to put words in my mouth like I said you was a racist. You got to stop doing that. You've got to stop doing that.
Ms. Fields, please be very careful in that area. Please.
All I said, there was mediation and there were people in rooms.
You told
That's
details of who in what room and how many.
But I am going to finish saying this.
Well, go ahead.
That's fine. Do you?
It shouldn't be fine. We got folks sitting in business, and I wouldn't care if you was the chair, the sofa, the TV. So you might want a dialogue.
I don't give a...
You don't give a what?
That's what he's trying to do.
So you dialoguing?
There's no dialogue.
It is some dialogue.
You
gave me some
point
dialogue.
Of order. Councilwoman Worthy, what is your point of order? No, I'm not.
You ain't?
I'm not.
You must.
This is a joke.
Stop this abuse.
I'm going to give you a point of order. Personal tax is out of order. Now, you want to make a personal attack on me, I'm going to tell you something. I'm tired of Ms. Fields calling me racist. I'm tired of you calling me personal names as it relates to women. I'm tired of it. It's wrong, you're out of order, but you keep doing it. Because when I start blasting your butt, like I'm doing, everybody already know it's coming from y'all. But don't get beside yourself, Mr. Chairman. If he gonna holler tell me to shut up, you better give him his warning.
I gave you yours.
Give him his. If you gonna discriminate, you gonna let the white man running for mayor holler across and tell this black man to shut up.
I don't want to hear
So when he get loud, I'm gonna get louder. When they go low, I go lower.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our great brother, Eric Mays. And if all our politicians were like Eric Mays, we would have had reparations by now, ladies and gentlemen. But unfortunately, we're stuck with Sheila Jackson Lee. But unfortunately, it's not just on Sheila because people keep voting her back in. So, the conversation really has to be on the people, not so much what Sheila and the rest of the gang is doing. But, with that being said, so that was a video that I saw a brother produced on TikTok. And I said, you know what? I want to build on this, what this brother is saying on this live stream tonight. And I'm going to tell you why, what this brother said. And what made me really want to do this was actually the white people that so many white people co-signed what he said. I mean, comment after comment after comment from white people, nobody condemned him or what this brother said. All the white people agreed with this brother. So I said, okay, if the white people is agreeing with him on this, they co-signing him. I said, okay, now I'm gonna talk about it because he's speaking the gospel truth about the folks. So let me go ahead and cue up this video. And then let's go on and have a conversation of why this is actually a good thing for Black America. So let's go ahead and cue this up. Let me get it for a second. Where we at? Where we at? Okay, here we go. All right. Not too long of a video.
You know what I learned is that when they say that this country has never been more divided than it is now, they ain't talking about like race relations. They talking about white people not coming together to hate no more. The white people don't like the white people no more, and that's where the division is at. That's crazy.
Well, now when I looked at this video, it had a lot of comments, so I said, let me scroll. And there were white folks in there saying, I agree with you. That's exactly what the issue is. Some of them were saying, I don't even like being around other white people, be honest with you. I keep my distance from other white people. These are white people saying that they keep their distance from other white people. Some of them were saying that, yeah, they didn't kind of sicken me. I didn't got away from them. I don't want to be a part of that mess they talking about with all their racism. I ain't grew up in here. I did that. I don't want to be in this enclave anymore. I want to go to the cities. I'm sick of that lifestyle that they try to push on us. We don't learn anything. They were just really going in on their own. And I'm like, I'm sitting here looking at that. And I'm just thinking. And, Trump and them saying we need to unify the country. And Biden before him said, he needed to unify the country, the soul of America and all of that. Well, this is the danger of them being divided. Because think about it. They are polar opposites in their politics now. So you got them basically going far left and you got them going far right. They're not really being centrist. Now, of course, a lot of them don't want their privilege touched, of course. But at the end of the day, some of them are realizing, wait a minute, we're not having kids anymore. Since we're not having kids, Black people still having kids. You got the Hispanics having kids. The East Indians having a bunch of kids. The Asians having kids. Everybody having kids. All the people you're importing in here is having children. but their population isn't really having children. So some of them are thinking future minded and say, you know what? Maybe we need to dial back just a little bit and maybe try to halfway get along with all these other groups of people, because in the next 10 to 20 years, these people can cause a lot of hell for us, because we're not going to have the numbers like that. And it definitely in the next, what did Biden say? But you remember when he talked to the civil rights bootlicks and he told them, he said that they are doomed. They're going to be a minority. Biden said that. But right before he got into office, he said the white population in America is doomed, because they fear being in the minority. Now, you got some of them that want to say that we got to do some draconian laws. We got to try to do something crazy and radical to try to hold on to power, because we losing, we want to have the South Africa apartheid strategy where we could rule in a minority position. That's what they trying to go in one sense. Then another sense to say, nah, we got to kind of halfway get along with these people, because we're going to have a problem later if we all go to your strategy. So really, that's what I see the big divide is between the both of them, really. If you had been paying attention at the Republican National Convention, they're complaining, the white supremacist wing of them, complaining because they've seen at this convention way too many non-white people. I don't know if you've been paying attention to that. They were complaining, they see more black people now. They're complaining on J.D. Vance, Trump's new vice presidential pick. He has an East Indian wife. All his children have East Indian names. They're complaining about his wife. They're complaining about his children have East Indian names. You had another, I think she's a Sikh, that Harmeet Dillon lady. She went up there praying a Sikh prayer. Oh my God, they lost their freaking mind about that. Well, Republican Party, let me tell you something. If you want to survive as a party, you're going to have to become inclusive. Just that simple. If you don't become inclusive, your party will die. People who got smarts in the Republican Party see that. They got to let everybody else in there now. You can't just be the party of the racist. Can't do that no more. This is that simple. See, the reason why the Democrats beat y'all in a lot of ways is because the Democrats are smart enough to say, you know what? We need to let all these people in. We'll put them on our agenda. We'll give them symbolism. We'll give them token positions. We look like we're inclusive, so we're going to get more votes. That's why the Democrats have been beating y'all. But now some of y'all over there are starting to figure it out and say, you know what? Yeah, maybe we need to do the same thing and get them on this side. So that white supremacist, racist wing that's in the Republicans is not going to be much of a place for you in the future, because America is changing. So that is the divide that they're having. Now, of course, we're going to look at it in the guise of Black America. Why should we care about that? What is our place in the middle of all of that, right? If they are divided on something, this is a blessing to Black Americans. Now you say, how is it a blessing to Black Americans? Because when they're unified, we've caught a lot of hell. A lot of hell. It's not, do you need us to go back in history and look at when they're unified at something? Usually don't work out too well for us. Now, you hear them mentioning terms about civil war and all that. They're not talking about us with anything. They're talking about themselves. It goes all the way back to the first Civil War. You got the North, you got the South, and they were completely divided. And they feared about at that point again, because in order for racism, white supremacy to work, the system they built, all of them have to be on code. All of them. You can't have them split in the middle. You can't have that. This is why they wanted to get rid of unaliving children in the womb. Had nothing to do with Black people. It was to tamper that white woman from doing that to their children, because look, she's not even having children with them anything. Anyway, and then this is the interesting part. And listen, I paid attention to this. I'm pretty sure many of you paid attention to this. She isn't having a bunch of children with her own men, but if she go lay up with a Black man, she's having a bunch of children. She go lay up with a Hispanic man, she's having children. She go lay up with an East Indian man, she's having children. She's having children, all these other men, but the men in her community, she's not even having children for. You think they not paying attention to that? Why do you think that some of them are even floating around talking about, yeah, we need to bring back, to get rid of interracial marriage? Why? Has nothing to do with no other race of people. It's to control that white woman. That's what that is at the end of the day. All that mess you hearing, that push they doing, they don't care about black people. They don't. They care about their own. They talking about their own. You understand what I'm saying? Even the situation that happened with Trump the other day, that's them divided and attacking each other. Why you think Trump now talking about we need to unify? Because he knows good and well his own got at him. He knows that. He knows. They are heavily divided. They literally hate each other. Yes, they try to put up the videos of black people celebrating and some of the black people that was talking stupid. But let's call it what it is. Some of the most vile things I heard came from their own community. It was a bad look on America. It was a bad look. And once again, it was their violence on display before the whole entire world. They say that they are the beacon of democracy. They say they are peaceful. They can say all that. Even when you talk about January 6th, it wasn't us. It wasn't us at all. Now, the few dummies that was in there, well, you know, you got charged like you knew you was going to, right? But it had nothing to do with us. Like I told y'all, so a couple of years ago, we in a position now, brothers and sisters, all we got to do is sit back and watch. We don't have to get involved with nothing. We can just sit there. You ever heard that scripture that say, hold your peace? All we got to do is hold our peace now. See, the smartest thing we ever did was say, not my people, not my problem. The smartest thing we ever did. Because notice when we don't get involved with nothing, see, when we put ourselves in the middle of their problems, they can unify real quick and say, oh, look what the black people are doing and try to attack us. You know what I'm saying? But notice when we back off, stay in our business, deal with our black American issues. If you notice that, right? People don't know what to do. People do not know what to do when we stay out of it, because people could unify very easily on attacking black. But when black people stay in their place and just worry about our issues and problems, everybody's mad because they can't come attack us, for one, because we're not even getting the mix of them. We're prioritizing ourselves now. We're not championing everybody else and doing no, we're saying, look, we focus on reparations. We're going to focus on building our community. We're going to focus on building our businesses. We're going to focus on, getting homes. We're going to focus on everything we're doing. We're trying to be successful. That's all we're focusing on right now. We are not crusading for nobody if it's not Black America. And you see the blessing that's coming to Black America. And you're seeing we're starting to get things slowly done a lot quicker than when we was championing everything else and getting involved in everybody's mess and everybody's problem. I hope y'all notice that. I hope y'all, it's like, Arnitha said, just stand still. That's it. Sometimes in life, you just got to stand still. It's not for you to go run head first into everything. It's a time to go run head first and fight. And it's a time to not fight and just watch. Be quiet. Listen. Hold your peace. And and we need to continue to do that. Stop crashing out for the Democrats. Stop crashing out for the Democrats. Stop crashing out for the Republicans. Don't join their parties. Only focus on policy. Why do you think the Democrats are so desperate now to try to get us back the way we were? Because if black people center themselves in ourselves, nobody know what to do with that. Nobody. They say, oh my God, what the black people are going to do? Jesus Christ. What are they thinking? Why aren't they voting? Like what are they doing? Like, this doesn't make sense. Because let me tell y'all something. Them folks need us, in particular, Black Americans, to solve their problems. Because let's go all the way back to slavery. Everything they ever had, they depended on us for it. Every problem they ever had, they depended on us to solve their problem. They haven't solved a single problem in America at all without Black America. Now, they can say that about all these other immigrants. They don't need them because they never needed them for nothing. But Black Americans, we always came to their rescue. We fought in every war, every conflict. They wouldn't even got the British off their back if it wasn't been for Black America. You understand? This would be a colony of Britain if Black folks did get involved with that. The Civil War, the Union wouldn't have won without Black folk. It's just bottom line. They have never done nothing without Black people. And they know this. They didn't build America without, they didn't. And Black folks built it. They're managing it basically. And they have managing it horribly. Squandered the resources, squandered the wealth, just squandered everything. But they claim that they are smarter than us. Some of them claim they are superior. Well, people who are superior don't squander trillions of dollars. They don't do that. People who are superior wouldn't continue anti-Black policies that affect your pocketbook. But when you're superior, you have superior thoughts, and clearly they don't have superior thoughts. Another thing that's happening that they're not liking is that the privilege is slowly dwindling away, and that I can't be mediocre anymore because as their numbers decrease, they're going to have to compete. And not only competing in America, but competing globally, because now we're in a globalized system. They're still trying to stop competition. Give an example. Biden himself has blocked Chinese EVs, and he's a big EV guy, right? He's blocked Chinese EVs from coming into America. Why? Because they said if the Chinese start putting their vehicles into America, American companies cannot compete. Why can't they compete with the Chinese companies? Because the Chinese, you know how China move, they're gonna have lower priced cars. And I seen some of them Chinese vehicles say, bruh, that's some players things they got on some of them vehicles. Have y'all look at them videos on YouTube about some of them Chinese vehicles? I would go buy Chinese vehicles. I don't buy American vehicles now. I buy Japanese. But if they start selling the Chinese vehicles, I'll go get some of them too. If it's better than, I just, some of y'all want to buy American, I don't do it. I don't do it. All the years I've had Japanese vehicles, they have never let me down. They just haven't. And I'm just gonna stick with it. Other parts of the world, when I travel, I'm gonna tell you one, especially in Africa, African countries, they Toyota, that's a big one over there. And they got some Toyotas that you can't even sell, they don't even sell here in America, right? Truck wise, I like the Toyota Hilux a lot better than that Tacoma. I'd rather the Hilux, but if you know about the Hilux and you traveled over there, you know what I'm talking about. I don't like how the Tacoma look. I just don't like it. Anyway, from Toyota, they don't want to compete with China. They don't want to compete with nobody because they have insulated themselves. See, you have sabotaged Black Americans for so long that now, since we have a connected world now, and now you're going to have to compete with everybody, they're scaring the hell out you. They're scaring you. You can only sabotage for so long. And what's happened is, what's exposing you is that at the end of the day, you trained Black Americans to be better than you. Let me explain to you why you trained us. You have required us as Black Americans to be 10 times smarter than one of your own who's mediocre to get the same position. You trained us to not only be 10 times smarter, to work harder than one of your own that's mediocre. And that system works as long as you have the control and privilege. But as globalization has happened, the people if you train to be 10 times smarter, the people you've trained to work 10 times harder, guess what's going to happen to those people? They're going to excel. Don't let them fool you that Black America isn't excelling. Sure, they're going to show you, degeneracy. That's what they want to do. They rather promote sexy red and all them other degenerates out there, right? They want to put that in your mind. That's the representation of Black America. All you have to do is read sometime. How is it that in a global pandemic in the United States of America, they admitted Black Americans created more businesses than any other group? Think about it. We created more businesses than any other group. And what did Biden try to do after that? Oh, well, I want to get Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. I want to get them for $600, for taxes, right? I'm like, it's quite convenient when you notice Black people start making money. All of a sudden now you coming up trying to find a way for the IRS to tax Black people. I told y'all a long time ago, that man is not for Black people. He's not. Why are you doing that for? If they made $20,000, then the company have to kick them a 1099-K. And then that's reported to the IRS, and then they have to pay taxes on that, which the old system is fair, in my opinion. But they don't want Black people to do anything. Let me tell you something, you're not gonna hold Black people back forever. This is why your world is crumbling. This is why more and more you are divided. Let me say something, your children, and I've seen this, some people get mad about it, but then I thought about it. It may be God's plan. Your children don't even want to be you. They want to be us, literally. Some of us get mad about it, but I have to think about it in a bigger sense and have to think about it how they think. Their children don't want nothing to do with their culture. Their children don't want nothing to do with their heritage or their ways. Their own children call their history evil and wicked. They say, oh, that's colonizer stuff. I don't want nothing to do with that. Their own children are saying that. Their history is so horrible, they're trying to ban books, like they're banning the internet or something, trying to hide it, like you're going to stop people from learning it or something. Like they're doing everything they can to try to hold on to their little fake, false world that they created to insulate themselves. They've done their very best to make American people ignorant, because they did. They keep us in a bubble where we think we're the only people in the world. And that's really one thing that people across the world think about Americans, is that they don't like that we have this attitude like we're the only ones in the world, we're the only ones that are important, because that comes from this system. And when you travel and go around other people, you realize, wait a minute, hold on, you're part of a global world. You're not just in America. No. Other people's life matter too. Their history matter too. You respect other people's culture, other people's history. And we even as Black people have to deprocess ourselves from that mindset, because unfortunately some of us, and we don't realize it, but we have to deprocess that colonizer mindset, because we have some of the colonizer mindset too, because that's the culture here, a colonizer mindset. Even though we thinking that we suffering, we are, but when we leave out the country sometime, we bring that white man's mind with us outside the country, and we got to watch ourselves. We don't want to be a Black version of them. We don't want to be Black carrying the white man's mind anywhere. We need to carry the mind of our ancestors, the mind of our culture, our heritage, our history. You understand? So this is good. This is good. But let me tell the folks something, the ones that want to move forward, the ones that say, you know what, I got to get along with these people because I don't want to be put in a position where now what we're doing to them, they're going to do to us. The one thing you can do, the one thing you need to push in your community that's going to put you in a better position in the future is that you're going to have to be a strong advocate of reparations in the form of cash payments. Why is that? You will never, never, never get past the stain of slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, redlining, the Klan. You will never get past any of that unless you get out there and advocate for reparations in the form of cash payments. Because if you do this and reparations are paid, you can finally say, you know what, we have finally moving forward in America. We made sure to pay the debt that's owed to Black Americans. And because I had nothing to do with slavery, easily I want to pay this because we've been sending all this money to Ukraine, and this money would be better spent here in America. We know Black Americans going to take that money and they're going to invest it in America. They're going to create businesses. You know, hey, if some of them want to go, you know, trick it off, hey, it's still tricked off in America, right? So whatever business you own, you'll probably get some of it too, right? So that's the best way to move forward. Now, trying to become, you know, just trying to do everything that we're doing, I mean, you could try that, but at the end of the day, you're not serious with a lot of it. You just need to be you. Don't try to be a Black person. Don't do that. Just be yourself. It's okay. But you got to advocate for reparations. It's just that simple. Or we can't take you serious. And let me tell you something. Don't think you're going to depend on those immigrants, because the immigrants don't come here to save. They're not here to save you. The immigrants are not here to even get in your political divides. The immigrants are here for the dollar bill, y'all. They're here to make money. They're here to send money back to their people. And if America get tough, they will go back to their homeland because they have no allegiance to America. They're only here to get money, period. That's all of them. It don't matter where they come from. They here to get money. So you know good and well you can't depend on them for anything. At the end of the day, sure, you may could use some of them for cheap labor, but when the going get tough, they out of here. If they ran from their homeland, well, why in the hell you think they won't run from here if it gets tough? The only people that have not ran from America en masse is Black Americans. So you do better making things right with Black Americans if you are serious. And no, it's not our job to save you. Because I've seen people on the left talking about, oh, we need you to save democracy. I've even seen white folks on the right telling Black folks that, yeah, we need you to save America from Biden. And no. It's not our job to save you. We done saved you too many times. And every time we save you, you still call us an N-word. You still oppress us. You still ostracize us. You sabotage us and everything. So the day of Black Americans saving you is done. Since you like to invest money and all that into the migrants, ask them to save you. But they're not here to save you, as I said before. They're here to get a bag. And I'm not mad at the migrants for coming here to get a bag. Because if I go to another country, I'm looking for opportunities too. Real talk. I'm not there to be getting involved in their politics. Because first of all, I'm not from there. That's not my homeland. So I'm going to stay in my place and just do what I do. I support them though. I'm not going to go over there and be against them. If I'm a citizen maybe of that country one day, and the people say, hey man, you know, could you support us and vote a certain way, you know, or whatever? Okay, I can vote. That's cool. I'm not over there to be a Candace Owens against them. No. Hey, brother, sister, I'm here to support. Whatever I need to do. You need me to donate something? Okay, I'll donate something. You know, I'm going to stay in my place, no different than I would like Black immigrants to stay in their place in this country. Support, follow what we do, follow our lead, donate, you know, whatever. And hey, they'll have the protection and everything of Black America. When they get on their own, they get in trouble. Well, in America, Eric, liberals, whatever, I'm just using that terminology. Beyond which, I can't even say the term liberal. You have far left and far right now. Because that's what you have. It's far left and far right. That's all it is now. There's no in between. I mean, look at how all of them talk. I remember at one point in time in this country, you would never have senators or congresspeople or presidents or presidential candidates cussing all over the place. They used to say, you know what, this is a respectful job and I need to have some decorum. So I'm not, and kids could be watching. So I'm not going to be using curse words when I speak. Now, did you see that with AOC and Jamal Bowman, and made this look stupid, he still lost, just up there acting like a plumb fool. I'm like, this is what y'all doing in politics now? I said, this is crazy. Y'all done lost y'all last mind. Well, people in other countries, they looking at y'all like, what has happened to America? They got a bunch of people that belong in Arkham Asylum. For all my Batman people. Yeah, the rhetoric on both sides is not good. No side is an angel out of any of this. But hey, let them be crazy. Let them do whatever. Let all the crash dummies run out there for them. Let them do it. Go ahead. Even the black crash dummies, let them do it. Just stay out of it. We'll talk about you though. We'll have fun roasting you. We'll make our content and all things that we're gonna do talking about the crash dummies, because there's so many black crash dummies out there. It's like, and I can honestly say thank you, libs of TikTok, for posting all the crash dummies that posted things. I literally can have show after show of the Democrat crash dummies in the black community that set up here and literally putting themselves in a position to get visits by the FBI. And I told y'all so many times, you sitting up there crashing out for the Democrat Party. When them people get in your life, none of them Democrats gonna be there to save your behind. Let me tell you something. I learned on this platform a long time ago. I'm not about to say nothing on here that's gonna get me in any kind of trouble, because now one of y'all gonna come and save me out of none of it. None of you. And I'll tell you, anybody got a platform, watch your words. Don't let them people in that comment section gas you up to say things that's crazy, because when them folks knock on your door, kick in your door, none of them people on them comments is going to come save you. They hear about you. Them same people that's gassing you up, they'll be laughing and clowning you when you jammed up somewhere, talking about your mug shot and everything else. Don't you dare crash out for nobody in no comment section. Let me tell you something else. I've learned this over the years. If people don't support you for whatever you're doing or whatever you got going on, well, I'm going to leave. Go. I don't want you here. Trust me, when you I'm telling you this from experience. I tell them to go. Well, I don't like what you said, so I don't like you do this. I don't like you think that way. Okay, fine, go. Because the one thing I've learned about life, some people gonna stay for a lifetime, some gonna stay for a season. And when the season is over, you can go. That's cool. Because we got billions of people in the earth that I haven't even met yet or came into contact with. And when you go, some others gonna come in and I'm gonna learn new things from them, and we'll see how that goes. It's just that simple. Any of you that has a platform, don't you let nobody, the fear of anybody, well, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna go. If you feel you need to change your whole platform up for whatever the reason, maybe what you used to do, you can't do no more, but you need to switch it up. You may lose a lot of people doing it, but that's okay. You'll build it right back up. Because the people that's really rocking with you, if you go from doing what I'm doing today to doing farming, right? If they really like me like that, they'll watch me farm. And the people that don't like me like that, they go there on their merry way. And that's okay. That's okay. That's the beauty about getting older, for me at least, is that you realize certain things maybe I wouldn't have realized 5 years ago or 10 years ago by doing this. Let them go. Trust me. Who has a GoFundMe? I'm trying to figure who has a GoFundMe. I want to know that. Why are you mentioning GoFundMe? Because I rarely raise any kind of funding. So who I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, yeah. That's just a life lesson I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't like this. I don't like that. So what, man? Well, if you put this person on your platform, I'm not going to watch no more. Have a nice day. See you later. We got way more important things to be thinking about. We got to have the adults in the room. And that's the problem. Don't engage with adults that's acting like children. Don't do that. We don't have that kind of time for that. Oh, God. 365 Black. I guess you're talking about Project 2025. Could it become a reality? Oh, God. Okay. Let me play a game. Okay. If it becomes reality, then what? What's going to happen in there that hasn't happened already to Black Americans? I'm not worried about it. Who cares? I don't care if they implement everything in there. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because I don't fear a man like that. I fear God. I don't fear a man like that. So it is what it is. My people been through worse. I don't care about that. I mean, ain't nothing in there talking about putting you back in chattel slavery. And if they even try to put me back in chattel slavery, I fight you to the death. I'm like, you may try to kill me, but I guarantee you, I'm taking a bunch of you out with me. I'm a firm believer. It's die on your feet and not be a slave. I'm a firm believer of that. Who cares? Y'all so scary. It's like that. Y2K is coming, if y'all remember that. Y2K, oh my God, Y2K. The fear mongering just makes me laugh. It's funny to me. It's funny. Oh, the world's gonna end Y2K. Every time you look up, the world's gonna end. Oh my God, Chicken Little. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. I actually been watching the Disney version of that. It was actually a pretty good show. Shout out to Chicken Little. Yeah, you got a bunch of Chicken Littles running around in America. Oh, Project 25, everybody, Project 25. Oh my God. Thank you, Solo. Thank you. Lord, in their mind, this is how they feel about Project 2025. Oh boy, they feel Project 2025 gonna be the purge, y'all. Oh man, when Project 2025 come, that's just what they got in their mind. It is the purge for them. Lord Jesus, stay in your house. Project 2025 coming. Don't leave. Stay home. Lock yourself in. My God. I can't stand scary people like that, man. Jesus, Lord. Especially grown people, especially grown men. I'll take that from women, but I just don't like to see grown men scary. Oh boy, we having fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We just having fun. Yeah, well, you know what? Even God himself, I'll say OH10, the Honcho 16, even God himself doesn't respect a coward. God don't respect a coward. He told you to be courageous. He told you to have faith and strength and tap into him when you face in life. Not sit up here being a coward. That's what's wrong now. Too many men are cowards. And you wonder why the women a lot of times are more masculine. The women are more masculine today because a lot of you men wasn't stepping up and being masculine. So they had to step in a role that they should never been in. You got grown men scary. Who cares about a Project 2025? Forget that. Been living in this country almost 500 years and you talking about a Project 2025? Okay, let me see. Okay, B Burner. Where you from, B Burner? Let's read your comment. You said, I've been in trouble multiple times. I should have listened to Black Americans. Nope, I was busy thinking I'm better because I come from an USA finance island, St. Croix. Okay. Well, you know, at the end of the day, you can immigrate over here, but at the end of the day, let me tell you something. To them, you're still the N-word, if it's ma'am or sir. I don't know. They may make you think that you're a little better, but at the end of the day, they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you, especially when you believe that you're actually better. They turn around just sitting up here laughing at you at their dinner table. And say, he actually thought that he's better. And they call you the same thing they call me. You know, okay, you may speak French, you may speak Swahili, you may speak Spanish, you may speak whatever. It don't matter what you're speaking. you still an N-word to them, just as much as I am to them too. So to get a little pat on the head from them, that's one thing I don't look for. I don't look for a pat on the head from them. No. Actually, they respect you more when you're not looking for that from them. They actually respect you. They don't respect y'all shucking and jiving. I hope you realize that. B. Simmons, appreciate you, said not the least bit worried about that nonsense. They don't respect y'all. I hope you know that. When you sitting up there shucking and jiving, they do not respect you. And at the end, they're going to break you. They're going to show you who you're playing with. Because every single time when you shuck and jive, you start thinking that you could talk to them any kind of way and they say, oh, okay. And then they break you. They publicly humiliate you. Like Candace Owens. Prime example. She thought she was going to just run off at her mouth to them people like she would run her mouth at us. And then folks showed her real quick, put her in her place. Now she's on her own platform, and that's fine. That's fine. But since she on her own platform, she still better watch her mouth, because they'll get her off of that too. There's certain things that I say, certain things I would love to say, but I know I can't say because of the country I live in. Outside of America, if I move to somewhere else, I know I can say certain things there that I can't say, can't say here, but I can say there, and vice versa. You just got to watch your mouth where you at. That's all. Some countries you can talk about the leaders. Some countries you better not open your mouth about the leaders. Some countries you could talk about, for instance, let's say South Africa, Kenya, all them places like that. If you want to rail against, anything that Israel is doing, you can rail over there, but you can't do it here. You better not. Ask Kanye that. Ask him. They heard Kanye pocket. It was no reason for Kanye to crash out that way. It was no reason. None. It was no reason for Kanye to crash out like that. Okay, yeah, he right. Okay, yeah. And at the end of the day, what did it really prove? It changed nothing. But it hurt his pocketbook. He didn't do that for Black America either. He didn't do that for Black America. I don't know what he was doing it for, but he crashed out and hurt his own bag. All Kanye had to do was just mind his business, do his music. Hell, just come focus on things in Black America if you want to. Them saying that same little racist crowd that's bigging you up, they not giving you your money back. That you work for that. You earned that. Nobody gave that to that man. He earned all his stuff. I'm just saying, I'm not for coming out here crashing out and messing up everything I work for nothing. If I'm going to crash out on something, it better mean something at that point. At the end of the day, you got to look at it. It was not smart of Kanye to do that. I'm a firm believer of Minister Farrakhan said something I'll never forget. He said, don't laugh, learn. When he said that, that stuck with me. I'm not going to laugh at people having a fall or having an issue. I want to look at what they did, how they did it, how they got attacked, how they lost something, and write that down in my internal notes and say, okay, this is something that I should not do because this is going to be the consequences of me doing this. People can say, oh, you scared to say it. Don't worry about what I'm talking about. You go do it. You always got somebody telling you what to go do. Somebody that's not even in your same position telling you, you go say something. You can be at your job. You've been at your job doing very well. Hey, you go tell them this and that and the third. And then there was really no reason for you to go open your mouth. And now you create a problem at your job. Now you done got fired. And then you looking back at the person that, if you thought you was going to get in trouble, why you saying anything? Really? So, no, do not crash out for nobody. And if you're going to do it for yourself. And if you're going to do it, have a contingency plan. What I mean by that is, okay, I know if I do this, this is going to happen. so I got this over here. Prime example. If Kanye was going to crash out in that way, he should have stacked all his bread somewhere else and nobody can touch it. All his properties, everything that nobody can touch it. He got this big war chest and nobody can touch. Then you could crash out. And then you know the moves they're going to pull. It's like, I'm not worried about it. I already knew what you was going to do. I anticipated it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, don't surprise me. I anticipate everything, right? I knew you. So that's why I already set this up over here, because I knew what you was going to do. Now, that if you're going to crash out, that's the way to do it. Yeah, Nick Cannon, he another one. I don't know why they already know the industry they're in. They know this. They know the makeup of that industry. You already know what the response gonna be of the people in that industry. Just do your show, just do your comedy, just do whatever you're gonna do. Just do it. Make your bag and because at the end of the day, you did all of that, and what did it prove? What did you get out of it? You didn't get anything. Man, hold on. This FBA history dude, man, he had to go on a whole year apology tour. Do you know how embarrassing that is as a grown man? You're groveling for a whole year. And after they made him humiliate him for a freaking year, they say, okay, now you can come back. I'm sorry. I'm not about to grovel for a year toward anybody. He didn't even have to do all that. What did he get at the end of the day? You groveling a whole year? Yeah, with all them kids. Yeah. All them kids, man, you can't go mess up your bag when you got all them kids now. Cause shoot, no, Lord. Yeah, you say you work with people like, oh, I should have said this or that. You tell them you go see it. I'm not saying nothing. You go see it. If you got the idea that you clearly know how to articulate it, you go see it. Don't tell me. Some things is not for you to say all the time. It's a time to speak. It's a time to be quiet. You got to think, what I'm going to say, what is this going to produce for my family? There's certain things that I wanted to crash out on at times too, on this platform. But I had to think, if I crash out like that, what's going to be the results of me doing that? And that's how I always think about everything. You think I couldn't crash out on a whole lot of people and issues and, man, I'm tame. I'm very tame. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. That's also very, very important. And download our African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Once you get there, create an account, get a monthly, quarterly, or yearly subscription. We greatly appreciate everyone that is joining us there and everything. So thank you for that blessing that you have blessed us with here as we, let you know these platforms go up and down constantly. And, it's something that's very hard to be, navigating, but on our app, it stays constant and everything. So we greatly appreciate that. That's something that we own, we can control. And that's the ultimate goal for us, is to have all ownership and all control. So thank y'all for listening tonight. We were just having a conversation, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here.